All right, here's some artist renderings. I don't know if we can we get a shot of these, David? Are you zoom in on this? These are. It's hard to take a picture of the event until after the event happens, but this is.
These are based on actual real tests out on Westcliff, in terms of the sort of the breadth of the light and how they're going to look. But these are real shots of Westcliff that have been superimposed with the lights on them.
All right.
So it's about as accurate as I can get before the actual event taking place.
All right, excellent. And there was a little well, we're showing things. This was in the Sentinel a couple of weeks ago.
A couple of weeks ago, that was
Wallace
correct.
Bain did a piece,
Yeah.
and I like in particular, it says "Lighting the Night for Peace," and you'll notice also there's a picture of Kirby there, and next to the story there, I don't know if you can see it, Midi ceasefire is in effect. So a big day for peace there.
It was huge. I'm not sure how
all you
Wallace
really had
orchestrated that, but
that's awesome.
He is a great
Congratulations.
writer.
So the project's obviously working.
I don't even really need
You
to
just
do it.
talk about doing it, and there's a ceasefire.
And there it is.
In the Mideast.
There it is.
So, but really, you're not, I mean, this project probably won't stop wars or bring warring feuds together.
No,
but what do you?
By no means
What's
am I
successful
suggesting,
at the end of the day for you as an artist?
By no means am I suggesting that by doing this project that I'm changing the geopolitical landscape of the world. That's not the point. All I'm trying to do is address one thing, and I'm trying to do it with the community that's here in Santa Cruz, which I think is a very like-minded community, is get it out there as an issue, because it's as equally as important as all the other areas of our lives that we focus on, whether it's making money and our children and our families. These are all important issues. I think peace is sort of taking a back seat to a lot of these things. And all I want to do is do something that is artistic in nature. And so we're calling it really an art community project for peace. And so I'm not making any pretense about changing the world. But I think when people come together, I've noticed this all my life, when people come together around one particular issue, particularly a complicated issue, that oftentimes things come out of that. So that's really the sole purpose of this.
Great. Okay. So people want to get involved. Logistically, there's a few things to figure out. You're inviting people to come down and participate. Show up in Natural Bridges.
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
I'm asking people not to drive if possible. I'm a much bigger promoter of walking down there, parking someplace else, walk down there so we don't create traffic jams. Bring warm clothing. Be prepared to stay there. We'll provide water and porta potties and things of that sort. It's a quiet vigil. This is not a party. Show up if you can help. Show up at 6 p.m.
Right.
The 21st, Thursday.
So let me ask you about permissions for this. This has been, this is a big project that will have some impact on the night.
Yes.
There, how has that process been in terms of talking with all the regulatory groups that oversee? The
regulatory groups have really been predominantly driven by the Santa Cruz police, who have been incredible. The city of Santa Cruz, Parks and Recs, the fire department have been phenomenally supportive of this project. I have 17 conditions which I need to meet in order to honor that relationship. All of them are completely reasonable. That includes insurance.
I have that on my parole.
I need to notify at the end of next week everybody on Westcliff that this is happening, and so forth and so on.
They're all watching.
This is a small show, Chip.
Oh. If you live on Westcliff and you have questions, give us a call. The number here in the studio is 425-8844. Or otherwise, if you want to talk to us, we have a few more minutes for phone calls. We'd love to hear from you.
But just back to that point really briefly, is the city's been great about this. They understand what I'm doing, what I'm trying to accomplish. There are a lot of conditions that are very reasonable conditions. They'll be met, and we will go forward with this project with an enormous amount of support from the city. And so many people have reached out and said that they're going to be a part of this. So it's a great project.
Right. A couple of more questions I want to ask you about. You've done some tests, you mentioned, on Westcliff.
A lot of
I
tests.
saw a couple of them. In terms of a spectator for the show, where's the best place to see it, you think?
Oh, boy. Anywhere along Westcliff,
on
the
Westcliff
water,
itself.
the air.
Okay. The wharf.
The wharf,
anywhere.
Great place. We're actually, people are welcome to go down to Stagnero Brothers, the upper level, on that night and see it from a stationary perspective. But anywhere you go, I think it's going to be beautiful.
All right. Giovanni's on the phone. Let's talk to Giovanni. How are you? Hello? We have Giovanni?
Where'd he go?
Maybe we don't. We'll try again. If you're on hold, we can't hear you. We'll try and come back to the caller if the caller's still there. How is this being paid for? How is it being financed? What are the
actually,
expenses, and how's that work?
The biggest expense is the purchase of the light, which is happening actually next week. And it's Joe and Debbie Quigg, who've been great patrons of the arts here in Santa Cruz.
Okay. And any other, if other people want to contribute to the project?
If people want to contribute, we're basically having the lights sponsored by individuals. People can buy the individual light. They'll be numbered and signed, 1 through 500, and they're available for $80. And you can just go to scica.org, and we'll tell you how to do that.
Okay. Sounds good.
Just to
scica.org.
Yeah.
Do we have a caller? Is that what I'm hearing? We have somebody on the phone? Hi there.
Hi, this is Susan.
Hi, Susan.
Hi, I'm really interested in this project, but I can't get down there by 6. I'm just curious, are you guys going to still take volunteers before 9 o'clock?
Yes. The staging time for this project is between 6 and 9 p.m. So if you can make your way down to Westcliff before 9 o'clock, we'll find a place for you and a role for you.
Oh, that's fantastic. Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for calling.
Yeah, appreciate it.
So, yeah, any idea how many people are going to show up? You have no way to tell, do you?
Right now we have about, because again, I've been working on this for about 7 months. I have about 100 to 150 volunteers who have committed and expressed interest. There's no way for me to determine that. But again, I really want to stress, it's really important that this is not a mob scene.
Right.
That this is a quiet vigil, and that's the purpose of this project. I would love it if people came down and participated or just enjoyed it and had a conversation about this very important issue.
All right. Giovanni, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hi there. Sorry we lost you earlier.
That's all right. I was wondering, where are you getting all these lights from?
Where are you getting all the lights from, Kirby?
We're actually buying them from a manufacturer.
Okay.
And as you mentioned earlier, if you're inviting the community at large to sponsor the light, you can sponsor the light for how much is the cost of a light?
It's $80.
$80.
Joe and Debbie Quigg are purchasing all the 500 lights, and in order to defray some of those costs, we're selling the lights. What we're asking is if somebody buys the light, they actually get the light the following day. It won't be that night, but it'll be the following day. At 703 Front Street, they can pick it up. And that they bring it back next year because we're hoping to make this an annual event.
Okay. And what if I want to sponsor the light, but I don't want the light?
Then we'll store it for you.
You'll store it.
And we're going to compile a list of people that have contributed to this project.
Right.
So far, we've got about 40 people who've already bought lights.
All right. Sounds good. Did I hear we have another caller? We don't have any other callers? Is that the extent of our audience? Everybody else? We have a call from Burning Man on the line.
It's Daryl first.
It's Daryl's on the line. Well, this is exciting. Have you any other exciting thoughts you want to say?
Well, about this project, I mean, I have to say that in the 7 months that I've been working on this, the response from this community has been phenomenal. Almost every day without fail, I walk down the street and people talk about it, and it seems to engage people, and that really is the true point. The best art in the world is not about the artist, it's about what it does in the real world. And so this is one of those projects that comes around once in a while, and it's been a phenomenal, up to this point, it's been great.
Cool.